We gotta have 2 people watching us.
All right.
They expect it every time.
Your wife might be watching you. Make sure you're here and working. What in the world is wrong with your chair?
You're
I
live.
give her my chair.
Man, that is awesome. Very much.
Oh, now Blake wants to get here.
All righty, we're gonna call this notice of public hearing to order. Mr. Carey, are you ready? Are you ready? We live?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Why, I don't know.
All righty, folks, we are live on YouTube. All righty, the first one is a revisit of 309 North George Street.
Spoke with Mrs. Sorensen. She was actually finishing up. I moved to dismiss it. She has met the obligations of the ordinance.
Vote on that.
And
And this meeting, what we do?
we're working at it as we speak. Very minor work left. It's left.
I'll make a motion, we take it off.
There a second and a second, all in favor? Revisit 207 Hegwood Drive.
So, the yard is cut. I have not spoke with her since the last meeting, so in the ordinance of it being overgrown and unkept yard, she meets it. I moved to dismiss it. She's gonna get with us about what she's gonna do with the building. If she's gonna remodel it for herself.
I'll make a motion, we take it off. Too.
Got a motion, is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
202 East 2nd Avenue.
No, we skip Mitchell.
Oh, let's revisit 311 Mitchell Street. Go ahead, I was getting ahead of you.
I moved to dismiss that. The yard's been cut and cleaned.
You're talking about 202?
We're on 311 Mitchell.
Oh, I apologize.
Yeah, go back, yeah, I'm sorry, I was just trying to see if
The
you're ready.
electrical situation is yet to be resolved, unfortunately. There was some work done there, but not by a licensed electrician, nor does it meet the code requirements.
She's not here.
So the way I understand this is,
She was
the last
supposed to
sentence that
call.
we will
She just called.
hire an
15
electrician,
minutes ago.
send him in, mitigate the risk.
Y'all said to cut the power the last meeting. That's the letter we sent her. That we
This
would.
letter says the city of Federal will enter this property on or about May 24th to
Mhm.
remedy all code violations adequately. How we remedy them? That's pulling the meter doesn't remedy them.
Well, arguably it does. It's no longer danger, and it's what we've done in the past.
Arguably, you're right, but arguably,
We can make it clear. I mean, and that's much simpler than hiring an electrician and sending
Yeah,
back somebody.
the way it looks
else.
like now, that last sentence says the home will be brought up to electrical code and cost will be becoming assessed. That means
Yes.
we are actioning.
Yeah, we don't need to do that.
So if we're just gonna pull the meter to make it safe because there's no electricity, then let's just reword it to say that.
Is the property owner entitled to some notice of that? Because that's a different.
Yeah, we'll
situation.
send it certified, but she didn't accept it, so the last letter Carrie had to take to the residents.
I see what you're saying. Does it 10 days since we're changing the wording?
And I think that might be a good course of action also, not just for our protection, but we do want a solution here. That's what we want next.
We want the benefit for, I don't want to cut this lady's power. I kind of understand. Actually,
The homeowner, right?
okay. Hi, ma'am, Ms. Linda, we're speaking about your property. Would you be able to speak with us?
I'm her niece, and she took pictures of the place and repaired the things that you guys said that needed to be done. So she received a letter today, so I called up here, so they said just to come to y'all meeting. I'm not sure how it all works, but I'm just here to be with her.
Okay,
I took pictures of the property to show y'all that it's been repaired.
the electrical's
Yes,
our main,
So that's, I got pictures of it on.
may we see the pictures?
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Show them to Carrie.
Okay, so I called up here.
That's okay, I'm not qualified.
I'm not sure.
No, so I guess we don't have a way to,
I was,
I'm not the electrical inspector, and it has to be done by the licensed electrician, which I've repeatedly requested.
What they said to be done is what she had done, the pipe around the electrical wires and stuff like that, to repair, to cover the wires running to the house or what have you, is what she had done, so, I'm just trying to help her out.
That was one of several electrical issues there. There's also some exposed outlets and wires running to the rear where people.
No, what the problem is, there's a pipeline coming through on my property, and y'all trying to do everything y'all can to take my property, y'all worked for and paid for all these years, so y'all can have run your pipeline and they're tear my house.
No.
Just passed away, which is my uncle. She's just a single woman trying to take care of the two properties, that one and the one across the
We-
street. She has done some major improvements that I'm sorry.
Promise you, we want to give y'all the time and space to do whatever we need to get done, obviously. From-
My family's property.
Yeah, from a resolution place, we never
Well,
been real
okay,
heavy handed.
I got pictures if someone's qualified enough to look at them.
I'm not qualified at all, but I would like to see the picture.
Okay, it may be good, I don't know, but I mean, I didn't know what to do, so I just took some pictures, because I called up here and they said just to come to this meeting. And if I had pictures to bring them, so I did.
Well, we appreciate you coming back
Thank
out. And she's one of our new members, assistants that works at Federal Task Force, is brought on board.
Oh, cool.
She's been,
Okay, you can just scroll through them, but like there's the power box and stuff with the pipe around it for the power, the lines that's going through from the box to the up to running through it. They was at one time with nothing around them. Now they have this pipe
But
going
the
through.
pipe's not plastic. It's proper conduit.
It's electrical pipe, right?
Kerry, when's the last time you've been over there?
This afternoon, I drove by, but I did not enter the property.
Okay.
I was actually on the property approximately 2 weeks ago, and the piping, if that's, I'll tell you what, I'll see if it's the same, if I may look at it.
Well, It's the, what it is, it's the outside.
I'm just
panel
saying, I
box.
can't make the final decision.
Right, I just need your help.
I see work on the outside panel box on the house there. I don't see any improvements, I believe there's a hot water heater and a wall under the rest.
Oh, that's hot water heater.
Well, I gotta build another door. Somebody took my door off there. I have to put another door on there.
I can't, was this the same pipe that was there a couple of weeks ago?
I'm not sure when it got put there, I
Yes.
just know it's covered up. It was not
No.
covered when I seen it.
But that's
It's different, like it's
There's
electrical
no
pipe.
But my visit a couple of weeks ago, it was sort of a makeshift water piping, PVC piping.
In the yards, I mean, and stuff, I mean, there's nothing wrong
That
with
may
the
be
yard.
electrical
I mean, it's clean
conduit.
cut.
I got you.
And that fence that's going down the side of my house over there, that's not even my fence, it goes to the other house.
Other house?
And I'm complaining about
Yeah,
that.
it's some improvement, I mean, she's just by herself, she can't do everything.
Talking
by
about
herself. One
cleaning,
time she was trying to do
about
that,
that problem.
but there's
That
someone
was next.
coming there on the 24th,
That's
so all these
next.
things
That's
12
next.
times, and start charging her for
You
it.
can do that, yes, ma'am.
And I'm,
The issue is
And
what I
what do
saw
you normally do
that
when you need to go
I
check
see
this
the
electrical?
picture shows.
Not like
Huh?
this.
Do we get somebody, do we get somebody from the fire department to go over there and look at the electrical?
The pictures that I saw.
Normally, we have an electrician come and do the work that's licensed.
So
And
then-
then they'll does the inspection.
She got her things.
But, you know, it makes us liable that we know there's an electrical issue.
Problem over there.
Take pictures of it, bring it back, 'cause I'm now stepping into this.
Who did the, who
I
did
need
the
some
electrical?
saying works down there.
So handyman?
Terry said it was her son.
There were some people there that.
And we're fine with that, so we can get somebody to sign off on it.
Yeah, as long as he's a licensed electrician, I mean, that he works for a licensed electrician to sign off on it.
Or does he
But
work for
Carrie
it?
said it was PVC.
Does he work for
You know, it's not like we require them.
Or is he just like me, knows a little enough to be dangerous about electric?
You know, we didn't really kind of put
Some
that
of them are
up
very
there.
nice.
Said, make it safe.
So they said, physically warn me that that would be.
What,
One elderly that's on.
Maybe the thing is that Carrie needs to go back and inspect. We're just gonna delay everything, but at least there's some kind of fake conduit over the electric.
Monday through Friday, 8 to 5.
That's what it sounds like.
Can you tell me what you need to do relative to past inspection or what have you, so I can make sure that that's done?
Okay.
So we want to do
So
this.
the main thing is, so the qualified.
This is the one you knew about.
Somebody sign off.
yeah, at some point we can get a license, gotta go to there and eyeball it.
That just for that one property or both properties?
Just the one.
Here's a good thing, we got 3 weeks before our next meeting. Gotta give them 3 weeks to,
At this time, I'll look it now. She said
It's not an issue, no one lives there.
say 3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks.
No, it's okay. It's just-
This is,
You know better than
this,
I.
well, it's 2 months out of the year that we have 2 Tuesdays in a row we don't have a meeting.
Yeah, it's 3 weeks until our next meeting.
We have a tentative agreement in that she's going to get an electrician to visually inspect it,
Okay.
sign off on it, and make repairs as necessary.
So when you say sign off on it, this board's gonna receive documentation?
We will provide it to you. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, so we wanna reset that for 3 weeks on the 7th of April?
That should be sufficient.
Okay.
April.
Do we
Okay,
need a-
hang on.
I'm sorry, June.
Motion
We're going back.
to revisit
You making that your motion? Will you
in
second
3
his
weeks.
motion?
I'll say it.
Are they gonna get an electrician to come back with some paperwork in
Seventh.
3 weeks?
That he has signed off on.
Owner.
And,
Have
we'll make the
licensed
motion.
electrician sign off on repairs. Correct? I wasn't listening. Yes. Okay. Gerald's making the motion.
And Blake's got a second.
Blake seconded. Okay.
So it may,
Is that all the problem still is?
yes, it's okay. and we-
Electrical.
something happens.
They got rid of debris.
Yes.
I don't even think they're addressing it.
I think we gotta wait forward and Becca, you'll help us shepherd her. We'll talk after.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
We got a motion, we got a second. You want to read the motion?
They're gonna reset it for 3 weeks, and in 3 weeks, they're gonna have a report from the electrician saying yay or nay.
Licensed electrician.
Sure you got that?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Got a motion, a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Good, thanks, Miss Linda, for working with us.
Uh,
All righty, now let's go to 202 East Second Avenue. Carrie tried to get us out of order, but anyway, Carrie, what you got going on over there?
Yeah, I'm totally discombobulated.
I think this is the one you.
Sure.
you were gonna-
I think that was dismissed, yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I don't think I have it on the list.
We've got to be involved.
Steve probably wants to make the motion.
Let's make third.
I'm like,
See?
what else do you want?
Second.
Wait, okay, up. Steve's out of the loop. Okay, got a motion, a second, all in favor? 115 North George Street.
No change, worse than ever, overgrown and complete hazard to the neighborhood.
No response.
No response at all. Part of that haze, Culpeper.
Shannon Culpepper.
Yes.
Look, even before I was alderman, I've been trying to work with this property, and I've gotten nowhere with it. So the forecast for this property is another 10 years of the same, unless we intervene. So I strongly, I want to make a motion that we continue with what we said we're going to do, clean it up and put it on the taxes.
10 days.
10 days?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, of course.
Motion, a second.
Is it for discussion?
No.
No.
All in favor?
When did Mike get here?
He's supposed to be 5:30.
All
Right,
righty.
when did he get here?
123, okay, everybody, some people call this, Century Circle. I call it Center Circle.
Single, sorry, center.
Okay. Been watching
It's just
Wimbledon.
because
It's time by now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
It's
the
an
one who
unusual
lives in.
spelling. I
So
agree.
shit.
Mr. Collins,
when Mike walked out here?
he has done a great amount of cleanup, still a ways to go. We've discussed the issues that are remaining. They're gonna take care of it. And I don't see a need to revisit it. It's like 90% done, just a little bit more. and we'll be good. Almost there. Thank you, sir.
So you're moving to
I'm
dismiss?
okay to dismiss it. if y'all-
Sure. I'll make that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
210 East Central Avenue.
Mr. Dixon.
Hey, Mr. Dixon, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on over there?
I weed eat and cut it, cut the weeds around it. I didn't know what you got in that shape. I'm beginning to work on it. I had planned to do more work, but my wife has gone through a battle with cancer last 2 years.
Sorry to hear that.
So I'm trying to do a top coat and everything, but I hadn't had a chance to work on the building like I had really planned to. But I do have a roofer scheduled to come in and repair the hole in the roof. And the same guy, he's gonna come out and we're gonna start replacing some plywood.
Yes, the yard does meet the code requirements, the grass, but you just need to be more regular. But the issue, I think, that's still at hand are the broke windows, the exposed windows, and the asbestos siding is beginning to fall and create a hazard.
I plan to repair that. Put some paint on it, so that should.
Are you gonna clean the building before you paint it?
What's your plan for the windows?
And replace them, but I'm probably gonna go on and paint the building before I replace them, just to get the building looking like something. But I will, the other ones, there are new windows, of course, the kids have broken a couple of them out. But the lower windows, they have to be replaced.
Do you have a price estimate of replacing all of this rotted wood? There's a lot there. I imagine it's gonna be pretty extensive work. Just wanna know that.
Well, I do that type of work. And the
So we
gentleman
should have that
the
extra.
gentleman that's
Well,
gonna
they're
help me out,
dehydrated
he's
recently.
doing some volunteer work.
They were dehydrated, so
How
you
many
gave them
windows
some
do you
water.
have?
Had to water them.
There's about 8 windows downstairs. I think, let me see, 2 in the front. 3. Yeah, it's supposed to 8 windows downstairs.
And then another 8 upstairs, right?
Yeah, but now those windows were replaced right after Katrina.
Right.
They are aluminum windows.
Right.
It's just, it's really only one that's actually broke out in the front.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're okay, just the trim around it.
That's old wood.
Mr. Dixon, it's, appreciate you coming back up here. Are you still working on the codes and
Yeah,
all your endeavors?
Yeah,
So, because like I said, last time you were here, right before, I think, the holidays, I think,
Yeah.
January. And like I said, appreciate you, taking that initial push and getting here. You mentioned during that first discussion that you'd come back and talk about your long-term plans for that facility.
Yeah.
Is there any, you have anything you will share with us now to kind of?
My plans are still the same. I wanted to make the building, community oriented. And the settlement, he called me, he does have somebody interested in it. But I told him I would rather do a little work on it before I show it. And Andy is working with me on it.
Okay.
Yeah, he is.
Well, good. I appreciate that insight. Like I said, if you're making progress, like I said, we hate to, keep on just throwing money and, just
Yeah.
fixing building.
No, it'll definitely put back to where it can be used, yeah.
We're excited to see that come back.
Yeah, I really want to see it community oriented.
So I'm really glad to hear everything you've said, and it's awesome that you're here and getting that work done in 30 days. That's a lot of work in 30 days for me. I'm used to doing things on my own. But that's
No, I
awesome.
mean, what I'm gonna do is on the front entrance, there's riding wood there. And there's a couple of few pieces of siding, but I'm gonna get the non-asbestos siding and put that back on. And the wood around the windows replaced them. But like I said, now, I probably won't get all the downstairs windows. I do if I can, but the main thing is get it painted to where it's not an eyesore. That's.
Now, I will say this, my concern is, I feel like we've done this before, and I was expecting, and the last time we talked, I was expecting a little more than what happened. And I do understand what you told us when you first came up here.
I was too.
But we are gonna be here again in the future. I have that feeling. And I want to do everything possible to make this successful. It's right in the middle of town, our city.
Yeah.
And it's something that people bring up quite a bit. Like, to any alderman, if you talk to somebody about building in town long enough, they're gonna ask about it, what's happening with it, what's going on, and what are we doing about it?
Right.
So I do want to put a little pressure on it, because I sure hear about it a lot, and we want this to be successful. And I will throw out that if you look at our market in town right now, I'm sure you have an idea of what's happening. This is a really good time to sell an old building. And I would encourage you to look at the market right now, because there's probably not going to be a better time.
I agree.
Just,
I'm sure Andy's told you that.
I'm
sure Andy's told you.
Oh, yeah.
we are at a time right now.
Yeah. But I would like to read the building is possible. I understand.
I wish I had an opportunity like that, because that looks like an amazing project.
Yeah,
that I
YouTube on?
really enjoying getting into. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I want to be
Where's the two
successful.
people watching it?
Call me if you need something to make it successful. And I'm just trying to put that pressure on you. Because every alderman on here care about it.
Yeah.
This is,
It's a small town.
Amy, do y'all have some
Just right in the center of
for hearings? Like, the second one, Next month is
All
June
right, so we have a
21st.
motion.
We have, Sammy Lovett's on there.
You're saying you're gonna start some activity within 30 days?
Yeah, within 30 days.
So we've got a meeting in just more than 30 days on June 21st. We'll already be here. If somebody wanted to make a motion to revisit it then,
Let's take a table it for that item, for that meeting.
do you want to make that motion?
I like the motion to table, it, pending the improvements you talk about, the continue the vegetation control, the windows and the roofing improvements. And then,
So we're gonna revisit it.
revisit
on
it, and we'll
21st.
Revisit it
On the
that-
21st,
the 21st.
and you're expecting, right, roof repair at that point in time, at a minimum.
Windows.
And the lower windows,
Roof repair.
address up.
Right.
I was gonna say rotting wood
Rotting
as
wood
well.
around the front.
Because we gotta get the wood before the paint.
It's not a work session.
Okay, got a motion with Drew. Is there a second? All in favor?
Thank you, Karen, appreciate it.
All right,
And
thank
I'm
you.
sorry to hear about your wife. Hope
Yeah.
she's better.
Yeah.
Motion to adjourn.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor? Steve is dominating the meeting.
What happened?
It's all that sugar from the
It's all the
Starburst.
Starburst. He's got all that energy. Chief, I forgot to call on you. My apologies. I don't know. We were gonna see if you had something for us.
He's saving that for the good meeting.
Ain't saying you're losing your touch, Carrie. Carrie ain't saying you're losing your touch, but that was kind of easy.
Yeah. I would
Do better next time. Put me in, coach. I'll do better next time.
It's not many people involved.
Yeah.
That's what I say. Say it wrong, or didn't
Always catch that.
He's a, what you said. I'm trying to think of what people from Louisiana say. I mean, it's just messed up.
What?
We had another meeting at 5:30?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
6 minutes.
I mean, there's no really way to kind of like, determine this in rush, so I know you can say, hey, we just have an active case, but.
Alderman Bullock, if you could help Steve out this next meeting, I mean, you're about to wear him out. He's in the 7th inning. He's getting a little shaky. We put this one, put this one.
Next
do we?
DMI board.
Huh?
He doesn't have,
Do we put this one on? We don't-
there's a,
The next one.
I need to end the broadcast. There's an adapter up there that